All right, this is William Wallace from Buy Options Traders. Go over our market recap for the day, our trading recap. So I did exactly what I said it would yesterday. Overnight it went up and it actually went over our 293.94 line. Let's take a look at this and let's pop this up. So you can see I've got 293.94 here is our key. Actually, let's get some more on that. Is our key resistance line. You can see that all the way back from when it kind of got into the box on a resistance line. And I said it'd be ideal if it went up and then came back down. So if we look on the daily, let's back out of this a second and just look at the daily. So if we look at the daily, what we've got here is very similar to a few of these other red candles where we had kind of a sideways day, a green day, after bouncing off the bottom and getting a nice big green candle, then getting kind of a sideways day, and then getting a nice red day. And that's the same pattern that happened today inside the box. It kind of poked, it opened and kind of poked to the top side of this box, so it would have had to keep running, but exactly at the open, it just died. So here's what we did in the chat today. I'll zoom back out to our support and resistance. At the open, we pretty much saw this, knew that 293.94 would be the line to hold, and it went red right at the open. And so as soon as we had a 1 minute candle unsuccessfully even breaking the 20 here, and then it just fell straight down to 293.94, it's pretty doggone sure it's going to break it. So it hovers here for a nice little get the right drawing tool for a nice little bear flag. And so I announced in the chat we were getting inputs right about here. That's what we did, and it said boom. Now this could have shaken a lot of people out right here. All right, it bounced pretty good off 293.50 and came back up, but if you notice, 293.50 is really not any sort of key support. There's a few consolidation. I can't even go back far enough right here, but there's a few times it's kind of consolidated there, but that's not, it really was mainly today. That's not really a normal support area. So we held, and basically whenever I saw it hit the 292.50 area after the big drop here, I took some profit, and would have been better to hold all the way down to 291.79, which even going back to yesterday is where we saw was our main support yesterday, 291.79. So we were watching that yesterday, and today that remained support on SPY all the way through the close. You can see it bounced there off of 291.52 back and sort of went sideways the rest of the day. So we really didn't play any more calls or puts into that. But what we did do, because it just pretty much went sideways the rest of the day, played a nice little iron condor here about noon and just rode that credit out, let the theta do its thing on the premium, closed it for a full profit on the iron condor. It's a great strategy for, especially on expiration days with SPX, where you can just ride that premium out for the rest of the day as it moves sideways. Not really anything to really do as far as up and down action, unless you're scalping in there. But there really wasn't even that much to capture. And it's a Friday. You never know what's going to happen. So we just took some premium out of it with SPX, Iron Condor, and let her rip like that. So that was pretty much the market. Now on gold, I mentioned the breaking of this wedge, and it fell down, and before market opened, it formed this, and during the day, it formed this bear flag right here. So this bear flag, and you can see it ended up breaking it by the end of the day, about 1 o'clock towards the end of the day. It broke it, bounced back up to test 1535 resistance, and so that's a great spot to get short on gold. Is it, gold isn't really going to move huge up and down. We've had some big spikes. That's not really typical of gold. We'll just see what it does. So we're going to keep our eye on gold. Sort of helps us kind of figure out what's going on in SPY a lot of times. So that's pretty much it for the market recap, daily recap here, Friday, August 30th. By the way, that closes the month. So hang on, let's just look at other things since I've got everything here. Let's go and let's look at our monthly chart. SPY. See how we closed this. So we're looking here on the monthly chart, obviously still towards the top side of this channel, flattening out the 5 MA on the monthly. So that is, as I told you guys, that is going to be a support point, especially as it flattens out going into September. Flattening out is support around 290, so that's going to be a key support area. And if you look, we've got some instances of this. So let's see how this plays out. If it opens high, there's a good chance that September will gap up or down. So we'll see if that happens. See what happens come Sunday night. Actually, markets are closed Monday, so let's don't forget that. Options expiring on Monday will expire Tuesday, and we will play that action there. So anyways, appreciate you guys. Have a great 3-day weekend, and I will see you all in the chat on Tuesday.